morning, friends. You have been sharing your amazing writing with me all year, and so I thought that it was my turn to share a story that I wrote with you. This is a story that I wrote during a time that I had to suddenly say goodbye to a friend, and I wasn't quite ready to do that yet. And it reminded me a little bit about what happened with us. We suddenly had to say goodbye, and then we had to figure out how we were going to do all the normal things that we're used to doing with the people around us, with different people. I hope you like my story. Here we go. Thunk. The mail dropped through the slot and hit the floor. Bunny was painting a picture for Casio's birthday. It was a scene of their favorite picnic spot in the park. He put his paintbrush down and went to collect the mail. The two friends stared at the letter, not daring to open it. Bunny simultaneously wanted what Casio hoped for and dreaded it. Bunny could hear the clock ticking, the traffic passing. The world outside went on as usual. Dear Casio, congratulations upon being the first cat accepted by the NASA astronaut program. Ten, 9, 8. The countdown was barely audible above the roaring engines. Bunny could hear his heart beating in his ears. He felt the blood rush from his face and leave his body in a sudden vapor. He was so light he might float away, up towards Casio. The final hot rocket blast blew thoroughly back him to Earth. Casio's mission was experimental. There was no way of knowing when Bunny would see his friend again. The forest was full of Casio. Everywhere he looked, Bunny saw his friend's face. Green eyes gleamed like wet leaves. Snowy thistledown tickled his face like long white whiskers. A snapping twig woke Bunny from his dreams. But instead of a bright white head and black ears, several gray hooded birds with bobbing black hats emerged. "Come by for dinner," Mrs. Quail chirped. "I want to hear about your latest paintings." She was a collector. The sound of rockets roared in his ears as he politely declined. He had no new paintings. There was somewhere he had to be, he explained as he hurried on. He thought he felt green eyes follow from the treetops. The roaring grew louder until he reached the sea. With one powerful push, he launched his rowboat into the waves. Bunny lay down, and the current pulled the boat where it would. As he rocked, his mind wandered. A gentle tapping awakened the sleeping rabbit. Bunny slowly peered over the edge of the boat. A furry face floated just below the surface. "Casio!" he yelled, and with one great hop, he was in the icy water. Bunny's heavy, wet fur dragged him down, down, down. Was he being pulled down, different than floating up and away into the sky? He closed his eyes and wondered. Suddenly his arm was being pulled up, up, up. He blinked his eyes open and saw a brown furry face with a wide black nose and two black marble eyes. Sleek golden brown shapes darted around, twisting like acrobats as Bunny and the face followed the silvery air bubbles to the surface. Furryface, whose name was Patty, and Bunwee broke the surface in a bed of kelp. Roll in the kelp, wrap up in it like a blanket. Good, now blow air into your fur like this, Patty instructed. These things will help keep you on the surface. Bunwee tried, but his fur was too thin to trap much air, and as Patty bobbed like a sleek log, he could feel his weight submerge the green leaves. It was time to go. Back into the forest. He hummed to himself as he hopped along. A sudden, soft, heavy object launched itself onto Bunwee's back, pushing him off balance. Play with us, cried Owen and Ryan. Swing with me, chimed Stella. Not now, said Bunwee, as he looked longingly at the little monkey's vines. There was somewhere he needed to be. It took the little rabbit most of the day to reach his and Cassio's favorite picnic spot. Now it was twilight, and the park was again full of the sneaky white cat. Bunwee leaned against a tree and smiled at the rustling leaves, the dancing shadows. One star, shining brighter than the rest, caught his eye. It dipped and swayed, suddenly shooting across the sky like a cat chasing a toy. The next day, Bunwee finished the painting he began so long ago.